Spinoza, Ethica, Episode 2. This is from the section De Deo, and it is specifically taken from Definitiones. Ea res dicitur in suo genera finita, quae alia eustem naturae terminari potest, exempli gratia corpus dicitur finitum, quia aliad semper maius concipimus. Sic cogitatio alia cogitatione terminatur, ad corpus non terminatur cogitatione, nec cogitatio corpore. Per substantiam intelligo id quod in se est, et per se concipitur. Hoc est id, quius conceptus non indiget conceptu alterius rei, a quo formare debeat. Per attributum intelligo id quod intellectus de substantia percipit, tanquam eustem essentiam constituens. Some of this first part we covered in a previous episode, so I will go over it very quickly. That thing is said, or a certain item is said, to be limited to its own genus, which can be terminated, can be bounded, it would be better, by another thing of the same nature, eustem naturae. Ex gra, exempli gratia, e.g., for the sake of example, the body is said to be finite or limited, because we always conceive, can think of, is a good way to take that, another body that is larger, aliud maius. Therefore the body is a finite thing. Thus, cogitatio, thought, is bound or limited by another kind of thought, alia cogitatione. We might say imagination, or reasoning for cogitatio. It's a fairly broad term. But body, that means a physical object. Perhaps the distinction here between corpus and cogitatio is something that is physical or material and something that is abstract. But a physical thing is not limited by an abstraction, nor is an abstraction, cogitatio, limited, terminatur, bound by something that is physical, material, tangible. Now the definition of substance, substantiam. By substance I understand id quod, that thing, quod in se est, which exists in itself, which is self-contained, you might say, and per se concipitur, and is conceived, is held in the mind by itself, per se. That is, here we have hoc est, like e.g. E.g. gives an example, hoc est gives a further explanation, it's ampliative, you might say. That is, that thing, the conception of which, quius here in the genitive, conceptus in the nominative, the conception of which does not need the conception of any other thing, alterius rei. This is the verb indiget, or indigeo, indigere, second conjugation, and it takes the ablative, it's an ablative of separation, of which the conception does not stand in need of the conception of any other thing, by which another thing a quo formare debeat. Now here we have to be careful because alterius rei is feminine, and quo here is either masculine or neuter. This means that rei is not the antecedent of quo, and in fact it's actually conceptus, which is masculine. So it has no need of the conceiving of another thing, by which conceiving it should be formed or established. And we will reserve the fourth definition, that of attribute, for the next episode. Here Spinoza seems to be sleeping. On you that effect LatinPerDiem will never have.